Time, the most powerful thing in the world. It cannot be stopped. It cannot be paused. Every second that passes will never come back to you again. Some people waste it, and years later they cry, saying, "I wish I had managed my time better." Others use it wisely, and when you look at their life, you see success, peace, and growth. My dear friend, if you are a student or a working person, time is your greatest weapon. If you learn to control it, you can change your entire life. If you do not control it, time will control you. That is why today, I want to share with you 6 powerful time management tips that can help you achieve more, stay motivated, and live with focus. Listen carefully, because if you follow these steps, you will feel the difference from tomorrow. Imagine 2 students. Both wake up at the same time. One of them spends the first hour of the day scrolling on his phone, checking messages, watching random videos, and wasting energy. The other one spends the first hour planning, reading, and preparing for the day. Who do you think will be more successful in 1 year? Who do you think will be more confident, more skilled, and more ready for the future? The answer is clear. The one who used the first hours of the day with focus and planning. And this brings us to our first time management tip. Tip 1. Start your day with a clear plan. You see, every day is like a journey. If you do not know where you are going, you will waste your energy walking in circles. Many people wake up with no plan. They just let the day control them. The phone rings, they answer. Someone calls them, they go. A random task comes, they waste hours. By the end of the day, they feel tired but also guilty. They worked hard but achieved nothing. Why? Because they had no plan. But when you start your day with a plan, everything changes. A plan is like a map. It tells you where to put your energy. It gives your mind a clear picture of what must be done. The best achievers in life always begin the day with clarity. So, how do you do it? It is simple. In the morning, or even better, the night before, take 10 minutes to write down the top 3 to 5 things you must complete the next day. Not 20 things, not 50 things, just 3 to 5 important tasks. These are your priorities. These are the things that will push your life forward. For a student, it may be finishing an assignment, preparing for a test, or practicing English speaking for 1 hour. For a working person, it may be completing a project, sending important emails, or attending a meeting prepared. When you write down your tasks, you take control of your mind. You are telling yourself, "This is my direction. I will not waste my energy on random distractions." And when you finish one task, you feel powerful. You feel progress. And that progress gives you more energy to complete the next one. Let me give you a small story. There is a young man named Daniel. He was in college, and he always felt stressed. He studied late at night, woke up late in the morning, and always felt like he had no time. Then, one day, he tried a simple habit. Before sleeping, he wrote down 3 things he must complete the next day. The next morning, he woke up and looked at his list. Instead of wasting time on his phone, he started with the first task. Slowly, day by day, his stress reduced. He began finishing assignments earlier. He had more free time. His grades improved. And most importantly, he started to feel in control of his life. All of this happened because of one small change, starting the day with a clear plan. You might say, "But what if I don't finish all tasks in one day?" That is okay. The goal is not perfection. The goal is direction. Even if you complete 2 out of 3 tasks, that is progress. Remember, Time management is not about doing more things. It is about doing the right things. If you finish the important tasks, you are already winning. Here is another powerful point. When you begin the day with a plan, your brain feels calm. You no longer wake up thinking, "Oh no, I don't know what to do today." Instead, you feel ready. You already know what is waiting for you. This reduces anxiety and increases confidence. You walk into the day with focus, and that focus saves hours of wasted time. So, my dear friend, from tomorrow morning, do not start your day with your phone. Do not start your day with confusion. Start with a plan. Write your top 3 to 5 tasks. Keep the list simple, clear, and realistic. And then attack the first task with energy. You will see that this small step creates a big change in your productivity. Time is like money. If you spend it without a budget, it disappears. But if you manage it with a plan, you can invest it wisely and watch it grow. So let this be your first weapon. Start every day with clarity. Plan your day, and your day will follow your command. Tip 2. Break work into small steps. One of the biggest mistakes that students and working people make is looking at their work as one huge mountain. When you see a mountain in front of you, it feels impossible to climb. You look up and think, "How can I ever reach the top? It's too high. It's too far. I don't have the strength." And what happens? You feel fear. You feel resistance. You start delaying it. This is what we call procrastination. You keep waiting for the perfect time to start, but that perfect time never comes. Days pass, weeks pass, and suddenly the deadline is very close. You begin to panic, and instead of working calmly, you rush with stress. The work feels heavy, and the quality is poor. This cycle repeats again and again until you feel trapped. But here is the secret, my friend. Never face the mountain as one piece. Instead, break it into small steps. Think of it like eating a big cake. If you try to eat the whole cake in one bite, you will choke. But if you cut it into small slices, you can enjoy each piece, and before you know it, the whole cake is gone. Work is the same. If you divide it into smaller parts, it becomes easier, lighter, and even enjoyable. For example, imagine you are a student who has to write a long essay of 3,000 words. If you sit down and tell yourself, "I must write 3,000 words today," your mind will feel heavy. Your energy will drop even before you start. But if you say, "Today, I will write the introduction. Tomorrow, I will write the first argument. The next day, I will write the second argument," suddenly the task becomes simple. One small step at a time feels possible. And when you finish one part, you feel motivated to continue. This strategy works in every area of life. A working person who needs to finish a big report can break it into parts. Collecting information, writing the first draft, editing, and then making the final version. A student preparing for exams can divide study into subjects, then chapters, then pages. A person who wants to learn English can break the goal into small daily habits. 20 minutes of reading, 20 minutes of listening, and 20 minutes of speaking practice. Over time, these small efforts create big results. Let me share a story. Sarah was a young professional working in an office. She wanted to study for her MBA exams while working full-time. At first, she felt it was impossible. She said to herself, "I have no time. My job is already busy. How can I study for hours every day?" But then, she learned the power of breaking tasks into small steps. Instead of waiting for 5 free hours, She decided to use 30 minutes each morning and 30 minutes during her lunch break. She studied in small pieces. At first, progress felt slow, and sometimes she doubted herself. But after 3 months, she realized she'd already finished 3 big books. When the exam came, she was confident and well prepared. Her secret? Small steps taken daily. There is a famous saying, "The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step." Remember this whenever you feel overwhelmed. Don't ask yourself, "How will I finish this whole thing?" Instead, ask, "What small step can I take right now?" Even 10 minutes of real focus is better than 1 hour of procrastination. Here is a practical technique you can use. The Pomodoro Method. In this method, you work for 25 minutes with full focus, then take a 5-minute break. After 4 rounds, you take a longer break of 15 to 30 minutes. This method works because your brain loves short, clear tasks. You are not telling yourself, "Work for 3 hours straight." You are telling yourself, "Just focus for 25 minutes." Anyone can do that. And when you complete 1 round, you feel encouraged to continue with another. So, my dear friend, stop staring at the big mountain. Stop frightening yourself with the size of the work. Focus only on the next step. Whether you are a student preparing for exams or a professional handling projects, divide the big task into smaller actions. Celebrate each small win, and you will find yourself moving forward with energy. Remember, small steps, taken daily, create massive success. The mountain may look impossible, but if you keep climbing step by step, one day you will stand proudly at the top. Tip 3. Learn to say no and focus on priorities. One of the most powerful time management skills is learning to say one small but difficult word. No. Many people do not waste time because they are lazy. Instead, they lose time because they cannot refuse distractions, invitations, or unimportant requests. They allow others to take control of their schedule. And at the end of the day, when they finally stop and look back, they realize they gave their energy to things that did not matter. That is a painful truth. But if you want to grow as a student or succeed as a working person, you must learn how to protect your time. Think about it for a moment. How many times have you agreed to attend a meeting that had no real value? How many times have you said yes to a friend who asked you to hang out, even when you knew you had important tasks waiting? How many times have you opened social media promising yourself just 5 minutes, and then found that 1 whole hour disappeared? Every one of these moments steals your time, not because you chose to waste it, but because you could not say no. You did not guard your time carefully, and so it slipped away. Students especially face this challenge. Imagine you have an important exam tomorrow. You know you should study, but then your friends call and say, "Come with us. Let's play for 1 hour. It will be fun." You feel pressure. You don't want to disappoint them, so you agree. 1 hour turns into 2. 2 turns into 3. When you finally come back home, you are tired. Your concentration is gone. You open your books, but your mind is heavy, and you cannot focus. The next day, you regret your decision deeply. That regret is the price of not saying no. Working people also live through the same struggle. Your boss may give you extra tasks that are not urgent, but you feel you cannot refuse. A colleague may interrupt you during work hours to gossip about something useless. A friend may keep inviting you to events or parties that drain your energy. If you say yes to everything, You will always feel busy but never truly productive. Your important goals will remain unfinished because your time was spent on what others wanted, not on what you needed. The secret is to know your priorities. Every morning, ask yourself, what is the most important task today? What will bring me closer to my goals? What is urgent and valuable? Once you are clear on your priorities, it becomes easier to say no to distractions. You are not rejecting people. You are protecting your future. Let me share a story. Michael was a student who dreamed of becoming a doctor. His friends often invited him to hang out, play games, and waste time. At first, he joined them every day. But soon, he noticed his grades were dropping. He felt worried. So he made a bold decision. He explained to his friends, "Right now, I must focus on my studies. I cannot join you every day, but I will meet you on weekends." At first, some of his friends were surprised, but they respected his choice. Michael worked hard, studied with focus, and passed his exams with excellent results. Later, when he became successful, he had more free time to enjoy with his friends. By saying no at the right time, he built a better future. Remember this: saying no is not about being rude. It is about being wise. You can still be polite. You can say, "Thank you, but I'm busy right now." Or, "I would love to join, but today I must finish my work." People who respect you will understand. And if someone does not respect your time, that person may not truly respect you. Time is like water in your hand. If you do not hold it carefully, it will slip through your fingers. Once it is gone, you cannot bring it back. That is why you must learn to say no. Focus on your priorities. Protect your time like a treasure, because that treasure is not just hours or minutes. It is your life. Tip 4. Use deadlines to create discipline. Have you noticed that most people work their hardest when the deadline is close? Imagine a student who has one full month to write an essay. For 29 days, he relaxes. He tells himself, "I still have time. I'll start tomorrow day after day," he delays. But on the 30th day, when the essay is due, suddenly he finds energy he never had before. He stays awake all night and completes the essay. Why did he not work this way earlier? The answer is simple. The deadline forced him to act. Deadlines are powerful because they create urgency. They speak to your brain like an alarm clock, shouting, "This must be done now." Without deadlines, you may feel too free, and freedom without structure often leads to laziness or endless delays. With deadlines, however, your mind wakes up. You stop wasting time, and you focus with intensity. It is like fire under your feet. You cannot ignore it. The problem is that most people only react to external deadlines: the teacher's due date, the boss's assignment, the exam schedule. They wait for pressure to come from outside. Successful people do not live this way. They create internal deadlines. If their teacher gives 1 month, they give themselves 2 weeks. If their boss says the presentation is due in 3 weeks, they decide to finish in 1. By setting personal deadlines, they finish early, reduce stress, and gain extra time to polish their work. That small habit creates a huge advantage over others. Take the example of Emily, a young professional. Her boss asked her to prepare a company presentation and gave her 3 weeks. Many of her colleagues thought, "Great, there's plenty of time." They relaxed in the beginning, then panicked near the end. Emily, however, made her own rule. "I will finish the slides in 1 week." She worked with focus every day and completed her draft early. For the next 2 weeks, she refined her slides and practiced her delivery. When presentation day came, she was calm, confident, and well prepared. Her colleagues, on the other hand, looked nervous and rushed. Emily's secret was not talent or luck. It was discipline created by self-made deadlines. Deadlines also help you fight procrastination. If you tell yourself, "I will start when I feel ready," chances are you will never begin. Waiting for the perfect mood or moment is a trap. But when you say, "I must finish this by 5 p.m. today," your brain treats it seriously. Even if you feel tired, even if you don't want to, the clock pushes you to act. Slowly, you train your mind to work even without motivation. That is how discipline is built. Students can use this trick by setting mini deadlines. Instead of saying, "I will study tonight," say, "I will finish reading this chapter by 7 p.m. That clear boundary keeps you alert. Working people can do the same. "I will reply to all emails before lunch," or "I will complete this report before the meeting at 4. These small deadlines turn your day into a series of victories. Every time you beat the clock, you build self-trust and momentum. Another powerful method is accountability. When you tell someone else about your deadline, you create healthy pressure. For example, say to a friend, "I will send you my essay by Friday evening," or tell your manager, "I will show you the first draft tomorrow morning." When another person is waiting, you feel more responsibility to finish. This is not negative stress. It is positive pressure that drives action. Remember this truth. Discipline is not something you are born with. No one wakes up automatically disciplined. Discipline is something you create with systems. Deadlines are one of the strongest systems because they build structure in your life. When you don't have deadlines, you float. When you set deadlines, you sharpen your focus like a laser. So don't wait for life to push you with external deadlines. Push yourself first. Create your own schedule, set your own rules, and demand results from yourself. Self-made deadlines may feel uncomfortable at first, but soon they become your strength. They turn you into a person who acts instead of waiting, who finishes instead of delaying. And when you live this way, your productivity will rise, your stress will fall, and your success will multiply. Tip 5. Balance work, rest, and study time. Many people misunderstand what real time management means. They think it means working every single hour of the day with no pause, no fun, and no sleep. They imagine that the more hours they spend working or studying, the more successful they will become. But this belief is wrong. Time management is not about filling every second with activity. It is about using your hours wisely. It is about balance. If you only work and never rest, your brain becomes tired, your focus becomes weak, and your health begins to suffer. If you only rest and never work, you become lazy, unproductive, and filled with regret. Real success comes when you balance work, rest, and study time in a healthy rhythm. Let's begin with students. Many students believe that if they study for 10 hours straight without stopping, they will achieve better results. But the human brain does not work like a machine. After a certain number of hours, the brain slows down. Your memory becomes weaker, your concentration drops, and your learning quality decreases. You may spend 10 hours at the desk, but after the first few hours, you are only pretending to study. You read the same line again and again, but nothing enters your mind. That is not smart time management. That is torture. Smart students know how to study in focused sessions, then take breaks. For example, a student may study for 50 minutes, then take a 10-minute rest. In that short rest, the brain processes information, stores it, and becomes fresh again. When the student returns, focus is stronger and the next 50 minutes are powerful. This is how real learning happens, not through endless hours of pressure, but through a balance of study and rest. The same problem appears for working people. Many employees believe they are working hard because they sit at the desk for 8 or 9 hours without moving. But sitting does not always mean working. By the end of the day, they feel exhausted, yet the quality of their work is low. Smart workers understand that short breaks are not a waste of time. They are fuel for the mind. A short walk, a stretch, drinking water, or simply closing the eyes for 5 minutes can refresh the brain. When they return, they produce more in 1 focused hour than others do in 3 tired hours. This is why balance is so important for professionals. Balance is not only about work and breaks, it is also about sleep. Many students proudly say, "I will sleep only 4 hours and use the extra time to study." But this is a mistake. Science shows that the brain needs sleep to transfer information from short-term memory to long-term memory. Without enough sleep, the brain cannot remember what you studied. In fact, by cutting your sleep, you destroy your own progress. The same is true for professionals. Without proper sleep, your creativity decreases, your problem-solving ability weakens, and your stress rises. Rest is not the opposite of productivity. Rest is the partner of productivity. And do not forget the third pillar of balance: exercise. Even 20 minutes of walking daily can increase energy, improve focus, and reduce stress. A healthy body creates a strong and sharp mind. Many successful people protect their health just as carefully as they protect their time. They know that health is not optional. Health is the foundation on which all success is built. So, my dear friend, remember this truth: balance is power. Time management does not mean endless working. It means arranging your day so that work, study, rest, sleep, and exercise are all included. When you live this way, your productivity doubles. You achieve more in less time, and you feel happier and healthier while doing it. You do not have to sacrifice your well-being to succeed. True success is when you reach your goals while keeping your body strong, your mind clear, and your heart at peace. Tip 6. Review, reflect, and improve daily plus closing motivation. The final tip for mastering time management is one that many people forget. It is the habit of reflection. Time management is not a single decision you make one day and then forget. It is a daily practice, like brushing your teeth or eating food. Every day you must look back and ask yourself, how did I use my time today? Did I waste it, or did I use it well? Did I move closer to my goals, or did I allow distractions to control me? This daily reflection is powerful because it shines a light on your habits. Without reflection, you walk in the dark, repeating the same mistakes. With reflection, you can see clearly and improve step by step. Successful students and professionals understand this secret. Many of them keep a small journal or notebook. At the end of the day, before going to bed, they take 5 minutes to write. What did I achieve today? Where did I waste time? What can I do better tomorrow? This practice sounds simple, but it creates huge results. Why? Because you cannot improve what you do not measure. If you never check your progress, you will never know what is wrong. But when you measure your time, when you write it down, you become more aware. And when you are aware, you begin to make smarter choices. Let me share an example. John was a university student who always said, "I don't have time to study. My schedule is too full." He felt trapped and hopeless. Then one of his teachers suggested keeping a time journal. John agreed. For 1 week, he wrote down how he spent every hour of the day. The results shocked him. He discovered that he was wasting almost 3 hours every day on video games and random YouTube videos. That was his missing time. Once he realized the truth, he reduced gaming to 1 hour a day and used the other 2 hours for studying. Within 1 month, his grades improved, and within 1 year, he became one of the top students in his class. Reflection gave him the clarity to change his life. Working professionals can do the same. Imagine a young employee who feels overwhelmed every day. He thinks his workload is too heavy. But when he starts writing down his daily activities, he discovers that 2 hours each day are spent on gossip and scrolling social media. By cutting those distractions, he creates more time to finish his important work. Slowly, his stress decreases, his performance improves, and his boss notices his discipline. That one habit of reflection gave him the power to rise above others. Reflection is not only about finding mistakes, it is also about celebrating progress. Many people focus only on what they did wrong. They ignore their victories. But when you write down your wins, finishing a chapter, completing a task, waking up early, you feel proud. You see evidence that you are moving forward. These small celebrations create motivation for the next day. They remind you that you are growing, even if progress feels slow. So, my dear friend, make reflection a part of your daily routine. Never let a day end without asking yourself, did I live today with focus? Did I respect my time? Did I take one step toward my goals? If the answer is yes, go to bed with peace. If the answer is no, do not feel guilty. Do not punish yourself. Simply say, tomorrow I will do better. Life is not about being perfect. Life is about improving little by little, day by day. And as we close this journey of 6 powerful time management tips, remember this final truth. Time is your most precious treasure. You cannot buy more of it. You cannot bring back what is lost. But you can use it wisely, starting today. Whether you are a student dreaming of success or a professional working for a better future, your time is your tool. Protect it, respect it, and every single day, review, reflect, and improve. That is how you build discipline, achieve your goals, and create a life you are proud of. Final words. Master your time. Master your life. Time is the most valuable gift you have. Unlike money, which can be earned again after being lost, time is gone the moment it passes. You cannot get back a single minute once it is gone. This is why learning to manage your time is the single most important skill for students, professionals, and anyone who wants to achieve meaningful success in life. Every hour, every day, every week is an opportunity, and how you use it determines your results. Wasting time is like throwing precious treasure into the wind. You may never see it again. If you want to succeed, you must learn to use your time wisely. Start each day with a clear plan. Know what tasks are most important. Break big work into small, manageable steps. Focus on your priorities, and do not be afraid to say no to distractions. Use deadlines to create self-discipline and set boundaries for yourself so that procrastination cannot take over. Balance your work, study, and rest. Never underestimate the power of sleep, short breaks, or even a walk in the park. A refreshed mind works faster, remembers more, and produces better results than a tired, overworked brain. And finally, take a few minutes every day to review your accomplishments, reflect on what could be improved, and plan for tomorrow. This small habit of reflection will compound into massive progress over time. They are practical tools used by successful students, professionals, and achievers all over the world. The difference between people who reach their goals and those who do not is not intelligence or talent. It is how they manage their time. By following these 6 steps consistently, you take control of your hours, your days, and eventually your life. Every small action, every tiny decision adds up. Each day becomes a stepping stone toward your bigger dreams. Remember this: successful people are not smarter than you. They simply treat time as the most valuable resource they have. You can do the same. You can start today. Take control of your time, respect it, and guard it like the treasure it is. Master your schedule, master your habits, and master your priorities. The path to achievement begins with time management. Start now, stay consistent, and watch how your life transforms. My friend, if you master your time, you truly master your life. Nothing is more powerful than using every moment wisely to build the future you dream of.